relationship. You dirty pig! He is finding ways to keep things fresh.
That is honestly so fucked up. All right, I also went and saw Over Your Dead Body. This film is a very interesting film. I have a lot to say about it. This is directed by Jorma Taccone. I don't know if I'm saying that right. He is part of the Lonely Island crew, if you know, like the SNL skits back in the day with Andy Samberg. He also wrote Hot Rod, which is an Andy Samberg vehicle. Pop Star Never Stop Stopping, another Andy Samberg vehicle. This is his directorial debut on this film. I think in the trailer they said from the minds of the Lonely Island or something like that, which is also weird to begin with. But you got Jason Segel, you got Samara Weaving, are a married couple. He's a director. She is an actress. They've kind of fallen on rough times. They go off to the cabin for a weekend getaway or whatever. Jason Segel is thinking about he's going to murder her. And then in the trailer, you can kind of see that she also has the same type plan. And then a pair of a pair of escaped inmates end up happening upon the cabin as well. And so that's kind of your movie. It's definitely a dark comedy. It's got a lot of blood and gore that I wasn't really expecting. And but it's hilarious. It is a hilarious film. I will say my theater experience was great on this. They only had one showing. This is the second weekend it's been out. And there was one showing Saturday night. And it was like 8 o'clock at night. So this whole reason I even went to the movies as late as I did this Saturday was because I wanted to see this movie. And it was only at 8:55 was the only showing. And I'm so glad I did, because I have a feeling this is going to be a movie that's going to take forever to be on like physical media, if it ever gets a physical media release. And it was such a fun time. And the theater was packed with a bunch of adults on a late night showing. And we were just dying laughing, especially like the third act of this film is so funny. Like I said, it's a dark comedy. Jason Segel is like, his character in this movie is, well, both of them really, they have no experience with anything, hunting, killing people, nothing. So they just kind of like fumble their way through a lot of these situations. Jason Segel's character doesn't even like to touch meat. He hates blood. So I related to that. And it was just a funny movie. Now, I kind of thought I knew how this was going to end. It does not end the way exactly how I thought, but it does have kind of a predictable storyline. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was my favorite movie of the night that I went and saw. It's like I said, it's a little gorier than normally than what I like, but the way they play it off on some of the stuff is pretty funny. And like I said, our theater was getting a kick out of it. I will definitely, if this does come out on physical media, be buying this and watching it again. I had that much fun. And when you compare it to some of these other films like Pop Star, which I thought was okay, or I really did like Hot Rod, this is definitely a different movie than those movies. Same kind of DNA, but just darker. And Samara Weaving and Jason Segel are great in the roles. And it was just a really fun time. So a high recommend. I'm going to give this movie a 4.5 out of 5. I may be hyping it a little too much. But I think the theater experience just kind of notched it just a little bit higher for me. I had a great time with it. Until next time, this is Rainy Cage. Peace out.